Non-Tox New York here with an idea for cleaner indoor air. I'm targeting challenging toxic gases that aren't going to be removed by my HEPA-based air purifiers. We know that plants can help. We know that activated charcoal can help. I thought, combine the two for enhanced results. This health hack is simple, it's inexpensive. I've been doing it for over 2 years, and I don't see any downside to it. Here's what I do and what you need to know. I've got a plant clipping that I've gotten to start growing some roots sitting in water. I've got this nice old ceramic planter, and I've got some activated carbon or activated charcoal, the kind that you would buy for an aquarium. It's very inexpensive. I've got this orphaned plate that I'll use underneath my planter, and I have some potting soil. The activated carbon is wet because I've rinsed it off in the sink to get the dust off of it. It's essentially harmless to people and pets as far as touching it or ingesting it, but breathing the dust is altogether another matter. I have some that's made from hardwood, but it's a powder, and this one doesn't specify. But I chose it because it's granulated. In other words, it's like little rocks or pebbles, and I want that because I want air to be able to get through it, and I'll explain why. I start by scooping the activated carbon into the pot, but I have the pot tilted so that the carbon granules stay on the side of the pot. I can kind of press them down with my hand, but what I want is for them to be exposed to the air on the top and to go all the way to the bottom of the planter or pot. I can then start putting in some potting soil, and I've chosen an organic potting soil so as not to introduce more toxic chemicals into my home. Now, I'm using a clipping because when I first moved to the city, I didn't have any plants and money was very tight. But if you have plants, a nice time to do this would be when you're repotting them. So my plant goes in, and the roots are hopefully touching or at least nearby the charcoal as well as the potting soil, because I hope that they will grow into the charcoal as well as the soil, and I'll explain why. But this particular type of plant, the corn plant, it's not the very best for removing toxic gases, and it's not the worst either. It wouldn't be my first choice, but it's a good one, and beggars can't be choosers, as they say. Since I took the video about 2 years ago, I've been able to be much more selective about which plants I choose, and I'll talk about that in another video. Now, the idea of what I'm doing comes out of information from several scientific studies, including the NASA space program studies, as well as others regarding toxic remediation using plants. And the first thing that's important to understand is that the metabolism of these toxins happens at the level of the roots and not the leaves, as we were led to believe in school. To me, this makes it even more impressive how plants remove toxic gases from the air around them when the roots don't even come into direct contact with the air. The larger pieces of carbon or charcoal are going to let air down to where the roots are. The lead researcher for NASA, the space program, who did those wonderful studies in the 1980s, believed that increasing the airflow to the roots could turbocharge the plant's ability to scrub the air clean. And this was later shown to be true. Activated carbon removes toxins by trapping them, and eventually it gets filled up or saturated with them and needs to be replaced. That's why you have to replace your carbon filters in your air purifiers. Now, plants, on the other hand, will actually metabolize these toxins. They are turned into something different, something harmless, and they disappear. Plants will trap and store some toxins like heavy metals, So you have to be careful about the plants that you eat and where they were grown. Toxic gases that I'm targeting are believed to be metabolized by the plants. So the purpose of the activated charcoal is to let the air down to the roots trap the toxins there long enough that the plants can metabolize them and neutralize them. If this is happening, then we have a situation where the activated carbon is not becoming saturated with toxins. It doesn't need to be changed like a carbon filter. The plant is helping the activated carbon do its job better and longer, and the activated carbon is helping the plant do its job better and longer. And we've enhanced the proven purifying power of the plant and the proven purifying power of the activated carbon. Thanks for watching my video. I hope it helps. And remember to subscribe so you can find your way back to Non-Tox New York, where I'll be showing you how I make my high-tech plant-powered air purifier, as well as many other health-related hacks. Take care.